All right, you guys, welcome back to Runt Pack Goes Plane Walking, episode 18.1. Let me explain. As you may recall, last episode, there was an encounter which involved Orofeus intentionally dying for an amount of time for his friends to attempt to interrogate Aislinn. And while that interrogation did not go so well, the other side of that we didn't do in the episode is that Orofeus went to Valhalla for some time. The longest amount of time he's been there so far, theoretically. So, as this little bonus episode, we are going to give you guys a peek into what happened there.
So, this is basically our aside for that conversation. Again, just a bonus episode, as Maisie mentioned. We want to take some time to dig into this little moment here and give you guys a bit more backstory for Sir Orofeus and, fill in a moment that we didn't quite get to in the episode. So, Orofeus, are you ready?
Aye.
To bring us back, this is just as the moment as the light creeps from your eyes and darkness falls over you, Orofeus. The cold grasp of suffocation fades, unraveling like a dream from another life. Then a rush of air and warmth and light. You gasp. As you gasp, though, there is no real breath to take. Your body is somewhat weightless. The tight coil of death has been released into something familiar, the afterlife. You see around you the eternal, beautiful, almost ephemeral candlelight palace. There is a vision of parchment and ink around you, followed by the ever-present flicker of candle flame in the air around you. The hum of distant revelry, that of clashing steel or drunken boasts, echo from beyond the thick walls, as it always does in Valhalla, the Plane of Champions. You know this place now, and your vision completely returns to you as you find you are in the Candlelight Palace. More specifically, Queen Rydicee's private retreat, a small writing room that she had set up. Here you find bookshelves stretched on beyond sight and windows revealing almost nothing but that endless, swirling white that dominates the Plane of Valhalla. The bookshelves here aren't so much filled with books, rather knowledge that has been recalled by individuals returning to the Plane of Valhalla. Here is where some of those grand ideas that are given the power of the mind to come to life are kept. You yourself, Orofeus, have put a couple ideas here, especially revolving your skills in architecture, and you're aware there are entire sections dedicated to both you and the other knights. As you sort of come to consciousness in the afterlife here, a figure moves before you, smooth and deliberate. Queen Rydicee, the philosopher and warrior. All of her epithets come to mind.
Let me walk you through them, just because it sounds like you forgot.
I don't have the list.
If it's just from Oro's point of view, I feel like he's reciting all of them mentally every time.
What is he thinking?
Well, of course, she is Queen Rydicee, the Fionn Valkyrie, savior of the broken, guide of the wandering, peace bringer, our kind lady who brings us from the mist, the soft hand of harmony.
Probably need to be a few more in there.
Yeah, I think I'll work on that. I'll cook some up.
Excellent. So as you see her, she does not greet you. Instead, she finishes writing whatever she's writing, a quill scratching against parchment in front of her. The soft strokes somehow seem gorgeous in their slow, waitful decision. There are attendants surrounding her, and yourself. You find yourself sitting in one of the opulent chairs that are found in the Candlelight Palace. The attendants here say and do nothing. They are some of the younger members of Valhalla. These more like shades than people. They haven't found their person yet, let alone their personality. So they remain like sentinels, shadows, their gazes almost respectfully averted. Rydicee exhales through her nose and sets her quill aside and looks to you as if to say something, but she notices an air about you.
Rydicee?
Orofeus. Her voice is soft but measured.
Rydicee, it's me.
She tilts her head slightly, studying you.
I was here once before. Remember, I tried to tell you the person who's been here wasn't me.
And you see understanding in her eyes. Sadness for a moment, but some sort of acceptance, like an old scar was reopened. She bows and wanders towards you, almost floating as she speaks. How was it this time? Did it hurt?
What do you mean? It did, yes.
She gestures subtly, and you see an attendant behind her move, pouring a goblet of deep crimson liquid in front of you. Perhaps some sort of wine that you would be familiar with in the Candlelight Palace, setting it at the table right in front of you. Rydicee leans back slightly, and you see her temple her fingers right before her face. Did you want to come back here?
Of course, that's all I want. I've been trying for so long. I don't know if I'll be here forever because she's just going to take me again, take this form. But Rydicee, you can't trust her. She's trying to destabilize you. The knights, who's still here?
Orofeus, it is good to have you back. To be honest, I didn't want you to be the one taken away by this unruly plan of Iceland's.
What do you mean?
She sort of gestures again, a little bit more wildly this time, toward the attendants behind her, and you see them all bow and slowly exit the room out of the beautiful golden door on the far end. She waits for a moment, pausing, and the candles around you burn for a few moments as all of the attendants make their way out, leaving just you and her alone in this room. Orofeus. And she comes closer now and grabs your hand caked with what is it? Plate mail armor?
My gauntlet.
Your gauntlet,
it's my gauntlet. There's not a hand in there.
Oh, great. Your gauntlet. She grabs for your gauntlet, bringing it up and covering it in her two soft white hands and goes, Orofeus, you've been gone an awful long time. The great knights of Valhalla have been up in arms about it. It began with Dionysia, who nearly drove herself mad looking for you. And soon after, Bisk and Abel, they too disappeared off looking for you.
I've seen Dionysia and Bisk, though. Dionysia's... she's done some horrible things. You need to get her back. You need to send Iceland away. You know her name, so you know who she is. You know she's not me.
Yes, Orofeus, I know. And I'm sorry that this keeps happening. The material plane must be so horrible. The death, the pain, the hunger, let alone all else I hear from those who just arrived, the shades that remember. They tell me of the heartache of breathing, of cold or heat that burns.
It's all terrible, but Rydicee, how do you know? If you know who Iceland is, why am I still here?
Because this plan is exactly what is meant to occur.
What do you mean by that?
To unite the realms of Valhalla, to destroy the evils that lurk on the edges of our plane, to bring peace once and for all. I suppose I need somebody from the outside.
What? Why? Why her? She's terrible.
I know what she's done to you has been terrible, but here she does great good.
What good could she possibly be doing?
Now, Orofeus, I know you know better than to question your queen.
I'm sorry.
But
I
clearly,
didn't mean to be questioning.
You are upset. I will forgive you that.
Yes,
but
I've been kept away from your side for so long.
And I know that has been hard on you. She creeps her arms further up your armored body, grabbing now onto sort of your shoulder, and it's comforting, this hold, as she continues softly and slowly. I know it has been upsetting for you. The plans that me and my kin consider before are now changing. What before were plans of violence, plans of destruction for those our enemies, those on the far reaches of this plane, Rex and his band of killers.
Mm-hmm.
It is no longer the main goal of mine.
What is?
Now, Orofeus, I wish I could tell you more, but at this point, what you're doing is already brave and important work for me.
What am I doing? I'm doing nothing. I'm stuck somewhere else, and all I'm doing is trying to get back. But you want me to be there?
No, I don't. I wish you were with me. It is...
Then keep me here. Send Iceland away.
It is not something I can do. It is her choice to be here.
You're the queen. You're the rightful queen of this whole plane. How can you let her? I don't mean to be disrespectful, but if she's taking some power over you, I'll fight her. I'll take it back. I swear it.
Silence, Orofeus. I will not accept insubordination in my palace.
Insubordination?
I don't need you to make decisions for me. I know what is best.
That's not what I meant.
Listen. Sit and listen.
Yes.
Why, you've grown quite talkative in your time in the material. Sit and listen.
Mm-hmm.
You're a knight. You're here to serve me. What is happening to me right now is a beautiful, glorious thing. I've been given a chance at life once more, and I will take it. This will end the conflict of Valhalla, and it will bring you a new, grand epoch of peace. It will all happen as Orofeus, I will not speak to you anymore.
Sorry.
If you continue this.
Understood.
Good. I know you are a good knight, and you and I are close. I would consider us good friends. But I am also your queen and your mentor, so you must listen to me carefully. I have a plan that will alleviate your fears, and right now I want you to consider me an ally in this. I know what has happened to you is horrible, and I wish I could undo it, but what's done is done. You may speak now.
You're leaving Valhalla?
Not yet, but I will. Only once my work is done.
And you've brought peace?
That is right.
Will I get to be here again before you go?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. And what are we meant to do once you're gone?
Enjoy the peace. The greatest of victories often require the greatest of sacrifices. You knew this as you signed up for this great mission, same as I did, Orofeus. And now her hand reaches toward your helmed head, cupping your metal cheek in her hand as she looks at you and smiles. You were the first to join my cause, and for this I am eternally grateful. I wish nothing but peace for you, eternal, perfect peace. But just as you are willing to give your life in battle time and time again, it is finally time that I give my life for the victory of this realm. It will be hard, and I'm sure you will mourn my loss. But for victory, we will do anything.
May I speak?
Yes, of course.
So you have to leave for you to win, to bring peace, you have to go?
She looks at you and you see pain in her eyes. Give me an insight check.
Oh, yeah. Holy natural 20. That is crazy.
That is excellent. Well rolled. Okay. You look at her and she gazes back at you, and you see that look of pain that she had just a moment ago. And you see, knowing Queen Rydicee, it has been several weeks since you've been on this plane, but you are overwhelmed with the familiarity of her face, how well you are aware of everything she feels and sees. And she looks at you now, and you see something that she seems to want to keep hidden from you, but you spot it anyway, an emotion behind her eyes, one of pain. This pain is something that she feels she's not wanting to do, but yet has to. You see in her, and she notices your look as well, as her eyes shift again, and you almost seem to pry the truth out of her. She goes, "Oh, Orofeus, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep truths from you. The truth is, peace must be met only through warfare. You know this. It is the only way that it can happen." And
I understand that.
well, as it happens, there is a way for us, all of us, every single person on this plane, through great battle, to find peace. It will have to be with others, not our own. That is how we will win. That is how we will do this.
With others? What others? You don't need to tell me, I'm sorry, but I want to understand where you're going, and I want to come with you.
As my most brave knight, Orofeus, I know that you don't need to know what the plan is. You merely need to follow it, as you always have, and as you always will, to the best of your ability. That is what makes you the best.
Yes, my queen. Understand.
She pats your head.
What can I do to help?
Continue being your brave self. The plan that I am concocting with Aislinn will benefit this realm. Though I know she is an enemy to you, and I desperately wish that she hadn't done this horrible thing to you. I think much less of her for taking you away from me. Much.
Thank you.
And I frequently ask for time with you, but she uses magic. Arcane knowledge beyond even my knowledge. As you know, this is a plane of warriors, not arcanists. I am unfamiliar with her methods, therefore cannot coerce her to bring you back. She is stubborn and rude and likes to cut corners. And it is for these reasons that she has wronged you so deeply. But as this all comes to an end, I hope you can find a small piece of you that can forgive her for what she's done to you. For once you see the great conclusion of these endless years of battle, you will know it will all be worth it.
Of course, my lady.
What you can do for me right now is, well, remain in the material plane, stay alive, learn from it, jot down as much as you can things that are new and fresh. Keep the memories so that you can recreate them once you return.
But I've been keeping those memories for you. What does it matter if you're not here?
You are keeping them for our people, and the Empire is not just her queen.
But tonight is.
She shakes her head and goes, "You have always been more than that." And with that, Orofeus, you clip back to consciousness. You see Deimos and Hire in front of you now looking at you. And that is the end of our little session.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much for joining me, Orofeus, for this little aside. This was fun. I enjoyed this. And, if we ever have more moments that like this one that the fans want to see, we can create more little short episodes.
How was Orofeus so cheery for the second half of the last episode?
That's sad? No, that was supposed to... Listen, a knight would have been happy from that.
What? I might never see her again.
Perhaps.
She is my everything.
All right. Well, then I guess you'll have to find some way to stop this.
Yeah.
Rydicee did share with you that Aislinn uses magic, so your idea that there is some sort of coercion at play could still be the truth. There's no way of knowing. So we'll figure it out in the next episode. Well, we'll probably figure it out in several episodes from now.
It's gonna be a while.
But for now, we will take a pause until our next episode. So, you want to give us our little outro?
Thank you guys for joining us for this short and sweet bonus episode. As always, if you liked it, go ahead and give us a follow. Rate us if you liked it. Don't if you didn't. And check out the link in our Spotify bio. You can find our email address where we'd love to hear from you. Also our subreddit, r/runtpack, there for your fan art, fan theories, fan fiction, always, of course. Probably mostly fan fiction. And as always, if you send me an email, I will give you my personal phone number. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Ready? Arr!